Hello again, everybody. Okay, I've had a lot of requests for Andy Field Magic's latest video, Double Knockout. If you guys have not seen his performance, do not watch my tutorial first. Click on the link, watch Andy Field Magic's performance, then come back and I'll show you how the trick is done. Okay, for this trick, I'm going to be using my Bicycle Centurions deck. I love this deck. I like the fact that the jokers are identical. They give you a double back card, which is pretty cool. You could use this for a lot of tricks. The texture of the cards is great. It's an air cushion finish. The cards handle beautifully. Okay, on to the trick. The setup for this trick is really simple. You need two indifferent cards on top of two red sevens. That's it. So what you want to do is you want to get those on top of the deck. And I think when the trick starts, he either has these on the bottom or he has them in jogged. He pulls them off, has them in jogged, and he starts dealing the cards because the four cards, the two indifferent cards, and the two sevens are in jogged a bit. And you can shuffle the cards as much as you want, as long as you catch that break where you have the in jog. And then what he does is four table cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right to the four cards. So now on top of the deck you have the two indifferent cards and the two sevens. Then he says we're going to need the help of the four kings. They're going to help us find two selected cards. So he goes through the deck and he finds the four kings. And we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we want to order them red, black. And then he sets them face down on the table. And the spectator has not seen the kings. So you say, I'm going to use these four kings. Now what's going to happen is the spectator is going to doubt because they haven't seen these are the kings, so they're not going to believe you. This is the perfect opportunity to push off the top two cards and catch a break under the top two cards. He does a wrist kill, so it's hidden, and he catches a break under the top two cards, and then he turns over to show, in fact, that these are the four kings. As he squares them up, he steals the top two cards. So now you have the four kings with the top two cards right underneath them, and shows he has the king of clubs, a king of diamonds, a king of spades, and then just sets the king of hearts down and flips that one over. So now you actually have a king of hearts, the two indifferent cards, and another king. So now what you want to do is you want to take the top two cards and set them down just like that. Then you want to deal the next two cards just like that. So now you want to show that you have the kings. Now you don't want to say you have the two red kings here and the two black kings here because they were alternating to start with. So you could just say we have the two piles of kings, and what we're going to do is we're now going to have a card selected or two cards selected. So what he does now is a swing false cut. You could do false cuts, false shuffles, as long as you don't disturb the order, because on top of the deck are the two kings followed by the two sevens. So after you do your false cuts, you now say to the spectator, to save time, what I'm going to do is we're just going to use the top two cards, and you turn over four cards. So you do a four-card lift. You catch a break under the two sevens, and you're turning over the two sevens and the two kings. And you peel off one of the sevens and say, okay, we have the two sevens here. And then you turn all four cards over. So we're going to take one of the sevens and slide it between these two kings, and the other seven and slide it between these two kings. And then what we're going to do is then he catches a break under the two sevens, a thumb break, and does a Browie reversal. What that is, takes half the cards, flips them face up on top of those two face down sevens, and then takes the remainder of the cards and flips them face up and holds them right next to this pile. And he says you could have selected, just so happens this is a 7. You could have selected this card, you could have selected this card, but this slight hesitation allows you to now put this portion back on the bottom, sandwiching the two face down sevens in the middle of the pack, and you flip the deck over. Now what you do is you say, because these are the two kings here and this is the indifferent card, you say we're going to take the kings with the 7 in between it, put it on top, give it a little tap, and the sevens have now went right through the deck, and the two kings are there. Same thing, we're going to take the 7 in between the two kings here, and we're going to give it a little tap, and the sevens are gone. Then you say, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking that the sevens are near the top. You turn over the top four cards, show that the sevens aren't there. You say this, you think the sevens are near the bottom. They're not near the bottom. So where are they? Now you spread the cards out, and you show that the 2 7s are right here, face up in the middle of the deck. And that's it. It's a pretty easy trick. If you guys have been watching Andy's videos and my videos, you should have been able to figure this out. The slides are not that difficult, but it's a pretty cool effect. I really like this one. That's it. I'll see you next time.